neurological disease that is known to affect deer. It affects susceptible species of deer such as elk, moose, red deer, Sika deer, mule deer, and black-tailed deer. Chronic wasting disease is also known as CWD. This disease has been documented in areas of Texas since 2012. Since its initial discovery in the United States in the late 1960s, it's also been discovered in 22 states outside of Texas in white-tailed deer, elk, and mule deer. Recently in Texas, it's been discovered in captive white-tailed deer, in addition to wild mule deer in far northwest and in the panhandle of Texas. CWD is caused by an infectious protein called a prion, which is unlike a virus, bacteria, or fungi. The infectious prion can be shed by deer in their saliva, feces, and other bodily fluids. These fluids can contaminate the environment where the animals reside and are capable of infecting other animals for an undetermined number of years. Infected animals will likely only show clinical signs such as weight loss, exaggerated wide posture, and staggering at the terminal stage of the disease. It's a challenging disease to deal with because it has a long incubation period. That's the period between when the animal is exposed and when it begins to show clinical signs. On average, this time may be between 18 to 24 months. Although these clinical signs will not likely be seen until late in the stages of the disease, it's important to remember that an infected animal may be shedding contagious prions well before clinical signs become apparent. The prions are what concern state officials most because it is how this disease is spread, either through natural movements of infected animals or transportation of live infected animals or carcass parts of animals that are infected. While we can do very little with the deer-to-deer movement of the disease, we can make an impact on the human-assisted spread of the disease. This is where you, as a hunter or a landowner, can help protect Texas by following these recommendations. Support required surveillance efforts and voluntary testing of harvested susceptible species. This helps to determine whether or not the animal has chronic wasting disease. Samples should be collected from harvested susceptible species and submitted for testing. After the samples have been collected, the unused carcass parts, especially the brain and spinal tissue, should be handled responsibly and disposed of at the site where the animal was harvested, in a landfill, or buried. Report any suspected cases of chronic wasting disease to the Texas Animal Health Commission or Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. Although there is no scientific evidence to show that chronic wasting disease can infect humans, the World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control, as a precaution, advise that no human or other animal consume a CWD-infected animal. With this information, the Texas Animal Health Commission hopes you can better understand and identify chronic wasting disease and help keep it from spreading to other deer populations in Texas.